Hello, I'm Mike McDonald. Join me and some great stand-up comedians right here at Stand Up at Tufts.
Night Shift presents Stand Up at Tufts. With your host, Mike McDonald. Appearing tonight, Dana Gould, Denis Leary, Barry Crimmins, and Fran Solamita. Tonight's program was produced in association with Tufts University and Emerson College. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike McDonald.
That's right. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you for coming on down. My name's Mike McDonald, and I'm the host here for fabulous Stand Up at Tufts. And tonight we've got some of Boston's finest comedians to present to you humans right here on stage. What a fine time you will have. Indeed, sir, your name is? Jason. Jason, nice to meet you, Jason. Evidently some girls who've been with Jason recently. Jason, do you like all your neighbors? Every one of them, you lucky unit, you. Well, not everyone can be so lucky as Jason. Some of you might not like your neighbors. And for those of you who don't you fret. Get one of these. This is a neighbor getter. Get one. Get a sound system similar to this. Put it outside their door. Oh, maybe 3 in the morning. Crank that baby up to 10. Then you put on a miner's helmet and ride towards their bedroom window on a bike. It's a train, Elizabeth! Now, Jason, you like all your neighbors, but you, Jason, can still use this. Get on the bus. Get in the very back of the bus. Open the rear window. Just as you go across the train tracks. Old people diving over seats. It's a good time for me. Now you, dear, your name is? Jane. Wow, Jane. Quite a little fan club. Now, Jane, what's your favorite season? Summer, a good season. A nice season. As opposed to now, winter. A time of death. In the winter, people wear stupid clothes. Earmuffs. We can make the general statement, anyone who wears earmuffs is a dorkhead. You see a nun walk past the guy wearing earmuffs. As she goes by you, she goes, what a dorkhead, huh? First of all, whose head are these made for? Giant Mars people's brains? Macrocephalic skulls from another world? If you're gonna own a pair of these, learn how to wear them correctly. Took 2 whole Smurfs to do this, by the way. Because as far as I'm concerned, if a real cold snap comes around, the ears can fall off, okay? I'm out to protect the heavy artillery. I read these news stories of pipes freezing and burst, and I get all afraid. And in summertime, unbelievable. On the outside of my house in summertime, I hate insects. I got a way of killing those bugs in the summer. I have one of those blue bug lights on the outside of my house, one of those lights that zap bugs to death. You don't even have to see the bug die in order to know that he's dying. All you got to do is listen. But you could actually tell what size bug is getting it by what kind of noise it makes. Like if you hear, but, those are just 3 little mosquitoes getting it. If you hear, but, it's one of those big sucker gypsy moths. Then, of course, if you hear, that's a blue jay. Certain insects are fun to watch. Flying insects. Yellow jackets. Fake bees, yellow jackets. Fake bees. They figure they got the fancy sweater, they're all set for the weekend. Only bee I know says, To hell with the pollen. I'm gonna go drink me a soda. Hey, Buzzy, get off of that dandelion there. There's a kid up the block opening a 7-Up. Let's go bug him for a while. I'm gonna land on you. No, I'm not. I'm gonna land on you. No, I'm not. Go ahead, try and eat your lunch. Moths! I know why moths have all that fur on them. It's to protect them from when they're slamming into lights. 6 hours later. I think the moth would get the idea after a while, you know? Evidently gets amnesia every time he hits the light. Big Friday night out for a moth. Herb! Wanna go slam into some lights for a while? Saw a nice blue one around the corner. There you go, you're a fine crowd here at Fabulous Stand Up at Tufts. We got many, many good comedians for you. First gentleman I'm gonna bring on, well, you may have seen him right here at Tufts. He filmed an HBO special. He's at Framingham College. He's a college student himself, but he's here to perform for you right now. Please, a nice round of applause for the comedy of Mr. Dana Gould.
How you doing? A repeat performance for me. Yeah, I go to college. I go to Framingham. I go to Framingham State College right now. I figured if I was going to spend all that money on an education, well, I get one. I do mean that, though. I mean, admittedly, a college education is not worth what it used to be. There are a lot of guys working at Burger King with degrees in journalism. Doth thou crave fries, me lord? Of course, the government has a great answer for that. Well, why don't you boys run out and join the army? Why do you think I'm invading all these countries? To give you people jobs. The new right has gotten a lot of people uptight nowadays. Appearances, more than ever, have gotten people paranoid about the way they look. You know, more and more girls you see walking around nowadays going, I am so fat! Would you look at me? I am so fat! How you doing, Debbie? I'm fat, how are you? And I'm eating too much, I'm eating too much, I'm eating too much! What'd you have? I didn't eat Wednesday, but Tuesday I had a Cheez-It. Say I'm fat, say I'm fat, say I'm fat, say I'm fat! You're fat! I told you I'm fat! Dig this, though. Guys ain't fat. Guys are out of shape. Guys don't get a dad. I got a tone. I got a tone. I don't do any of that stuff. I just do what every other guy does. I inhale when I have to. Oh, it's true, guys. Oh, there's a girl. How you doing? It's stupid, though, at the beach, because you got no shirt. You're there all day. People see you 4 days. Dana, how's it going? My brother's like that. My brother Kevin's like that. He's, well, my brother Kevin is losing his hair, which is okay. I mean, God gave you so much hair when it goes, you know, oh well. But he's paranoid about it. I come home in the afternoon. Hi, Kev, did I get any calls? I know I'm bald! Babies are bald, but babies are cute. Am I bald? Yes. Am I cute? No. Babies, they sit around in the womb for 9 months. No one bothers them. What happens? One day they get evicted for no reason. They're out in the real world for 9 seconds. A full-grown man picks them up naked in front of women and beats the hell out of them. Throws them into a bright-lit room with 800 other babies who are just as confused as he is. Nobody can sleep because everybody's crying. He opens his eyes for 3 seconds. What's he see? 2 dozen adults making faces that are scaring him to death. He's scared to death anyway because everybody and their uncle wants to pick him up. He thinks as soon as they do, they're going to beat the hell out of him like the first guy. No wonder by the time you get them home, they're kind of testy. You know why? Their heads are small, they're squishy on top, and they're bald like me, okay? And my brother Kev, he's a big fighter guy. He's into boxing. Boxing is very interesting because it's violence. It's an American or a human nature thing. And in America, we've made a business out of it. I saw one fight, man. I saw a fight between Marvin Hagler and Caveman Lee. The fight lasted 27 seconds. And the guys are building up the fight, and it's going to be the fight of the century as Caveman is looking in peak form as the fight begins. Ding, ding. It's over. And there's always some one guy sitting in the third row going, get up! We're programmed to think that way because of media. Media gives us all these heroes, like, Clint or anybody. And no matter who you are, if you're walking out of a Clint Eastwood movie, you're going, My favorite is Bond, James Bond fans, because Bond is very typical of that. He's very suave, very smooth, very sophisticated. Hello, my name is Bond. James Bond. And that freaks people out. You see kids going into McDonald's later going, yes, I'd like some fries. French fries. Hello, my name is Bond, James Bond. This is my dog, Bond, Fido Bond. Fido, say hello. Wow, bow wow. And the realistic heroes, the people they put out in media that will do the things we do, no one likes. Because they're just like us, and that's no fun. Adam, you take anyone, I don't care. Dr. Smith from Lost in Space. Typical example, I don't know anybody, because if you're in an alley and a guy pulls a knife on you, you know deep in your heart you're going to go, oh dear, oh William Penny. Oh, Major West, don't leave me on this wretched planet alone. Well, look, it's a weird world, and, just trying to get through it is tough enough. Like Mel King said, we all came from different ships, but we're all on the same boat now. And I thanks a lot for your attention. I'll bring up the host now, Mike McDonald. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Dana Gould. Tell him how you like them. There you go. Listen, this next guy I'm going to bring up, we're going to keep things moving right along, is a good friend of mine, Denis Leary. And Dennis and I have worked together. No, give him a couple of seconds here. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He teaches comedy writing over at fabulous Emerson College, one of your rivals over there. And he travels all over the New England area doing comedy. As a matter of fact, you may see him upcoming in the new Cars video. I know you're going to enjoy him. Please, a nice round of applause for Mr. Denis Leary.
Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald. Thank you, Mike. How are you? You look good. It's nice here. It's kind of a brick place. I'm happy to be here because this is the best thing that's happened to me so far in the new year, because the new year has been pretty much of a bomb for me. I'll be honest with you. Started out wrong. Decided I was going to quit smoking, which is pretty hard to do when you have a cigarette machine in your bedroom. And the price just went up again, too. That really gets me mad. I got to wake up my roommate for change and stuff. He's not a happy guy. Weird stuff has been happening to me. Like, for instance, last week I was sitting around the house just sort of thinking about stuff and making some mental notes, and all of a sudden, I came up with the cure for cancer. I've been wanting to get my hair cut, but unfortunately my bank loan hasn't come through, so I can't afford it yet. I don't know how many guys have been out. You cannot get a $3 haircut in this country anymore. It used to be when I was a kid, you got $3, you went to an Italian guy named Vinny, gave him the money, and he gave you a butch haircut, right? It was all very simple, because everybody had butch haircuts. You had one, Vinny had one, your mother had one. It was great. It was like having a porcupine attached to your skull, right? You go home and use it as a weapon against your sister. Come on, give me both of those Twinkies or I'm going to rub my head against you. Let's go. But not anymore, because now you want to get your hair cut, you have to go to these specialty guys. And these guys don't just cut your hair, no. Each hair is like individually numbered and stuff. And they put that special cement spray on it so your hair stays in place, makes it feel like Tupperware, right? You could store meats in it and stuff, it's great. But the best thing about going to a salon is the first day when you walk out with your haircut, you look terrific. I mean, total strangers will stop you in the street and say, hey, hell of a terrific looking haircut you got there, buddy boy. Well, you know, you better take a picture of it because it's never going to look that good again. You wake up the next morning, your hair has spun out the word screw you on the top of your head. Okay, not this morning, guys, I guess. I love these guys who go, not me. I don't waste my hard-earned money going out of those stupid salons. No, I cut my own damn hair. No kidding, pal. Why don't you come back when the scabs heal, okay? We'll talk to you then. All right. I don't know. I'm looking forward to a couple of things on television now, because the Winter Olympics just finished and the Summer Olympics come up, and that's one of my favorite events that takes place. Weightlifting guys. Have you ever seen these guys? I mean, the giant guys like Gronknikov from the Soviet Union. I mean, these guys missed entire chunks of the evolutionary process, okay? Not much upstairs, but boy, what a staircase, you know what I mean? And these guys, they eat special hormone pills, and they train for 4 years, right? And they weigh about 750 pounds, and they come out at the Olympics, and they lift 5,000 pounds up over their head with one hand. Hey, big deal. Let's see these guys do something really difficult. Like try it across their legs, okay? Don't pay to see that stuff. I don't know. You guys don't mind if I smoke, do you? Remember when you were a kid, I started smoking when I was 13 years old? And it was because all my friends were saying, yeah, let's smoke cigarettes. We'll be cool guys, right? I always think you're a cool guy if you smoke cigarettes. I don't remember being very cool when I was 13 smoking cigarettes. I remember standing under the tracks and going, pretty good, huh? I like to smoke like that. I like to smoke like a Nazi every once in a while. Remember that? Hogan's Heroes, Colonel Clayton? Yeah. I like to smoke kind of effeminate sometimes, right? Right? I think smoking should be an Olympic sport. Why not? Put me in a room with a guy from Russia, case of beer, 10 packs of cigarettes. I'll come home with the gold medal, I guarantee it. You guys have been real nice. Back to Mike McDonald. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The fabulous Denis Leary. Woo! There you go. I'm going to bring up one of my best friends in comedy right now. He's a super comedian, and I'm really glad that he's here tonight because he's traveled all over the United States doing stand-up comedy. He's opened for bands like Asia. He's opened for Nils Lofgren. And recently for George McGovern. He's one of the finest, that's the truth, one of the finest political satirists in the United States. I know you're going to enjoy him. Please, a nice round of applause for the comedy, Mr. Barry Crimmins.
Thanks a lot. We're really psyched to be here tonight. It's like the senior ball. Remember the senior ball? 3 a.m. You realize the tuxes are rented? The hell with it! How do those tux companies make any money? They lost a lot on me and my friends. We'd go back the next day, turn in 30 cummerbunds. Thanks a lot. We had a nice time. Well, boy, this seemed to have flopped a bit. Dennis was talking about smoking cigarettes. I smoke cigarettes. As a matter of fact, the other day, the doctor told me if I didn't quit smoking, I had 2, maybe 3 years left to live. I said, that long? Beautiful. Reagan's president. I didn't think anybody had 2 or 3 years. This is a map of the world. Now, I know you're Tufts students, so I wanted to point that out to you. This is a map of the world. I like maps of the world. Why? Because I'm an American. In case you haven't ever noticed, America's always at the middle of the map. You know why? We make the maps. Now let's talk about the Deep South, Panama. We gave away the Panama Canal, this vital link between the Atlantic and the Pacific. A lot of people panicked. A lot of people said, oh no, we gave away this vital link between the Atlantic and the Pacific. Our naval defenses could lag. We could be in big trouble. What are we going to do? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to blow a hole so big in El Salvador. You pull that fleet through sideways if you want to. How many people here until recently thought Grenada was a fort? Now, should the press have been allowed in Grenada? Hell no. Wasn't any room. 3 more people, the island would have sunk. And we had to go in there. We had to get those medical students out of there. Some of them were dangerously close to graduation. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be cut open by anybody with a Walkman listening to Bob Marley. Reefer dangling from his mouth. Do good job on you, man. And if I don't, I eat you. So, now look at this map right now, this map of the world. And right now there's 47 countries actively engaged in war. And it makes me mad. Why hasn't cable TV picked up on this? Why don't they start a cable war network? All war, all the time. You know. Beats going home and watching Yes, Giorgio for the 90th time. MTV. Now you can see why you have a headache. Okay, let's take a look over here in the Middle East. Iran's at war with Iraq right here. Iran's at war with Iraq. That kind of surprised me because I never thought I'd root for Iraq in anything. Now I got Iraq pennants, Iraq bobbing head dolls, a turban with a plastic thing that adjusts to my head size that says "Go Iraq" on it. Big finger that says Iraq #1. I look like an idiot at the Patriots games. We got Libya over here. We got problems with Libya. United States might have to go to war with Libya. United States versus Libya. Boeing versus Sinbad the Sailor. They recently attacked Chad. Chad, right here. Who are they going after next? Larry? I don't know why this map reminds me of my love life. Oh, God. I'm concerned with the Middle East because basically it's very close to a country that's very dear to my heart. Greece. Greece right there. Greece. That's right. The birthplace of ancient democracy and also where all the good Hercules movies came from. I love those old movies, the ones that starred guys named Stavros Karsterios. Weren't they good? Oh, I love those movies. There were great scenes in them. Testicles. Hand me that styrofoam boulder, huh? You may kill me, but others will rise in my place. You make me sick. I comb my hair with you. Now, over here, Russia's taking over Afghanistan. Wow, they screwed us up there, huh? Cut off the world's supply of shepherds. I don't know. We guess we got to worry about Russia a little more than we used to. This is on Channel 5, which is ABC TV, and we can thank ABC TV for enlightening us. I never knew nuclear war was a possibility till I saw that Ronco movie, The Day After. Don't watch it by yourself. It's too scary. The Poseidon Adventure is too scary. Being stuck underwater with Ernest Borgnine scares me. My girlfriend said to me after we watched the movie, "At least we don't have any of those silos around here." I said, "Nope, nope, nope. Not around Boston. We just got the targets." I really like to thank the guy who went out on Route 128 and put up those signs. Route 128, America's Technology Highway. Why don't you just put an X on my head? Hey, thank you very much. Be a nice crowd. See you later.
Barry Crimmins. Tell them how you like them. Barry Crimmins. There you go. Are you having a good time so far? Good, good. That's what we wanted you to have. We're glad you came on down here. I'm going to introduce the next guy right away. And he's a good comic, man. He's been all over the United States. He's originally from the Boston area, recently just performed at Catch a Rising Star. I know you're going to enjoy him. Please, a nice round of applause for Mr. Fran Solamita.
How about another round of applause for Mike McDonald, your host and MC. Let's hear for Mike. Come on. Fine job. It is great to be here. How are you tonight? You sound great. It is great to be here. If you notice, Boston is one of the few towns that has television commercials for the colleges. It's one that goes, "I like Northeastern University because of the cooperative educational program. I like Northeastern because they got excellent professors. And when I graduated, I was wicked smart." Hey, that ad made me want to go there. Cheap video and everything. I did go to school, though. I went to a small school in Illinois. Ed's College, heard of it? One classroom, Ed was the teacher, you know, not a big place. But I was the head of the only Italian fraternity at that school. This is true, Kappa Cappuccino, that's right. A lot of daytime TV when you're a comedian, a lot of daytime TV. I was watching the other day, I'm sure you've noticed this, that John Houseman has decided to endorse every product on the face of the earth. Hello, I'm John Houseman. Here at McDonald's, we get meat the old-fashioned way. We kill cows. First we bludgeon them, then we slaughter them, then we grind them, then we ground them, then we cut them up into little pieces, then we press them into little patties, then we fry them, then we put them into little boxes, then we serve them. Maybe you never knew it, but you've always tasted it. Why doesn't he get a real job? You're a great crowd. Are there any General Hospital fans with us? Seems to be a great crowd. Everybody watches that. Yes, the BC football team. All right, Luke, number 1. You know? Everybody watches that show. I was watching it the other day, and to me, it is such an unreality. Because if you watch when they're talking on the phone, after the conversation is over, they've already said goodbye, they look at the receiver before hanging up. Like, okay, Luke, yeah, we'll close up that business deal. Sure. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. No matter what the conversation is. It's like, oh my God, John, you mean you never want to see me again? You mean this is the end? Okay, bye. Yeah, that's 2 pizzas, 2 roast beef sandwiches, and 3 Cokes. All right, bye-bye. Yes, I see this every day in my life. I don't know about you. He mentioned New York. I was in New York recently. New York is amazing. Are you from New York? Good. What part of New York are you from? Manhattan. Great. Let me make you feel at home. Manhattan. Oh, New York's great because the bums in New York are amazing. The bums in New York, they're the most creative people in the whole world. No offense to the Boston bums, they're fine. But in New York, it's like they go to sleaze school, you know? In Chicago or Boston, it's like, give me a dime, you know? But in New York, they have a story. I swear to God, this guy walked up to me and he goes, excuse me? My wife was just kidnapped and I have all the ransom money except for a quarter. Oh yeah, buddy. I later found out the total ransom was 35 cents. She was being held in a candy machine. Yeah, Reese's, Snickers, Mrs. Johnson. Well, I talk about sequels to movies. They are very big. You got the cable here in Somerville. It's amazing. The sequel to Saturday Night Fever. It is called Staying Alive, and it stars John Travolta and is directed by Sylvester Stallone. Combined IQ of 6. But how macho can a movie be? Stallone directing Travolta. All right. What I want you to do here is I want you to talk stupid, all right? You're gonna talk stupid. Hey, well, I'm trying to talk stupid. I can't talk any more stupid. No, you gotta listen to me. You gotta act stupid too, you know what I mean? Act stupid. Hey, well, I'm trying to act stupid. I'm acting as stupid as I can, huh? Hey, you guys have been really nice. I'll see you next time. Thanks.
Fran Solamita! Hi-oh! All right. Thank you very much for coming on down to this show tonight, right here at Fabulous Tufts. I hope you had a good time, but I'd like you to thank all the comedians who performed tonight. First of all, number 1, Mr. Gould. Mr. Denis Leary, Crimmins, Fran Solamita. My name's Mike McDonald.